What's up YouTube, it's your boy Turkey Chan. Today I'm going to do a action figure review. My little toddler was playing with these Wolverine action figures that we picked up from eBay. And with the Deadpool Wolverine movie coming up, I thought I'd do a review. Wolverine is one of my favorite X-Men characters. I love the claws, his fighting style, it's great. I love his Japanese-inspired design, and a lot of the movies, they have him doing cool stuff in Japan. So, I really like it. I'm not a comic book expert by any means. I watch the shows and the movies here and there. Yeah, take this with a grain of salt. This is just to review the action figures, go over the quality, their articulation, what I like about them as a casual. So again, I'm not a professional by any means, so I apologize if I get anything wrong. This is just for the average consumer who's looking at these toys and trying to pick some good stuff for their kids to play with, and you can play with them on your free time. So out of these three, they come from the Marvel, I think, Hasbro X-Men Legends collection. Each collection comes in a pack where it's defined by this buildable figure in the end. So you could have like this one, which is the old orange and brown Wolverine. Got a little mustache, beard there. This one comes in a series where you build like a tri-sentinel. Whereas this Wolverine, the Yellow Jacket Classic Wolverine, I think is the Apocalypse set. And then you have the X-Force Batman looking Wolverine. I forgot which set this came in. I think it said Wendigo. So if you look online, if you buy these brand new, they're going to cost you close to $100. It's crazy. Yellow Jacket being the most prestigious and the most liked, since if you watch the comic books or watch the show X-Men 97, this is the Wolverine style that you'll see. So let me just compare these three. Out of the three, the one that I like the most is Yellow Jacket. It has the best details. The claws are the best shape and size. These claws, they have broken on me. I had to super glue them back, so watch out for that. Whereas these claws on the brown jacket, a lot more bendable, so not as susceptible to breaking. Similar with the X-Force one. X-Force one, very bendy. Now for the X-Force one, I do like the red eyes. Gives it like a menacing look. And I love the black jacket on there with the black belt. And the hairy arms, as you can see. Those arms are hairy. Whereas the Yellow Jacket, not as hairy. Same thing for the brown. Oh, hairy there. So, X-Force, I love the color on this. Articulation is alright. You get the shoulders, you can move in and out. Mine is quite stiff. You get the elbow, and you get the wrist. Get the ab, you get the leg, swivel and knee, and some ankle. But that's about it. This one, not bad. It's just very tight in the shoulder area. So when you're trying to play with this, you might get some awkward angles because this shoulder is very tight. So you gotta loosen that up a bit. I love these claws. They're wider than these normal claws, and they have a nice hook at the end. Super cool. So when you're playing with these guys, those are the sound effects my toddler makes when they play with this. Now the brown jacket is my least favorite, but it is also the cheapest out of these three. This one will run you about $20, whereas X-Force range about 50, and then Yellow Jacket can hit up to 70 from what I've seen. Brown Jacket, it's alright, similar to X-Force. It has a lot of stiff articulation in the shoulder, and for some reason the wrist, they always are in weird positions. So maybe over time they'll loosen up, and I can tell my toddler does not play with this one as much. And again, when I say toddler, my kid is like, what, 5 years old? So he's getting into that phase where he's starting to like all these cool action figures. But this one, it still seems very stiff, so I'm guessing he hasn't played with it quite a bit. So yeah, this one's very stiff. But I do like the brown jacket. It's a nice switch up from the yellow jacket. I think it was in X-Men Evolution where they kind of had this brown orange style. It kind of reminds me of it. Take a look at the boot. It's a strapped boot, just like the X-Force one. So these are just pretty much recolors of each other. Swapped out the colors. The back pretty much looks the same. The helmet color swap. And you got brown eyes and the claws. Yeah, quite similar claws. Yeah, so these are literally a color swap. So if you had to pick one, I'd pick X-Force and then pick up Yellow Jacket. Yellow Jacket is so amazing. Brown one, my least favorite. The brown and mustard one, least favorite. Because you have a better X-Force one, I would totally cop. And again, just a color swap and a change in the belt. So, you know, not really worth picking up unless you want to collect all of them. Let's talk about Yellow Jacket. Holy cow. First of all, this helmet looks the best out of all the Wolverine helmets. Look at that grin he has. Lots of detail on his grin. Side profile looks pretty good. The back, look at all the muscles on Wolverine. Very nice. Classic belt. Oh, this one just has so many details, and this is just Wolverine for everybody. So, if it were me, I would pick up Yellow Jacket for sure. This is the ultimate Wolverine action figure. And then pick up X-Force to supplement. And then Yellow Jacket, and then the brown jacket if you want. But these two will do it for me. Time for some action. Rock bottom. Choke slam. Power bomb. 1, 2, 3. Ciao.